Hello everyone, my name is Clara Trim. I am a sophomore here at MCC. I believe being a part of the Connect for Success program truly helped me out this semester because it gave me a lot of tips that I really needed for test anxiety, and time management is something that I have never been good at, but then after taking classes and workshops on it, really helped me out a lot to make sure that I was able to complete all my assignments on the appropriate time and sometimes even ahead of schedule, which kind of kept me a little bit more calm throughout the semester, which hopefully will lead to better grades. So that's always a great thing. My major here at MCC is actually psychology. One of the main reasons I wanted to go into that was because I worked in the medical field for over a decade and I loved working with children. And I wanted to eventually become a teacher, but I did a year of student teaching and realized that working with so many children just was not a good fit for me. So I kind of figured if I go into more of a counseling, and then I kind of discovered becoming a school psychologist, which works on a basis of one-to-one students to where I can actually help them individually as well as helping teachers out by showing them some of their strengths and weaknesses of the children to where the children can succeed in school. When it comes to my education, I do wish I could have done it differently, for the simple fact that I got out of high school and I went to a big university, which was very intimidating, and I kind of just blended into the crowd and I kind of got lost in the shuffle, and I just had too much fun to begin with. And when I took myself out of that situation and I went to a smaller school like MCC originally, it was wonderful because I was able to be in smaller classes and I was able to get to know my teachers and work with them to where I can get much better grades to help me get more scholarships. And being an MCC is great because I have smaller classes, so I'm doing better in my classes to where my GPA can get better, so hopefully like next semester I can become an honor student, which one thing I'm actually working towards right now to help me go into the universities with a much better foundation to do better academically all around and to achieve my ultimate goal, which is getting my PhD in psychology. So when it comes to my favorite class as well as my least favorite class, it's actually the exact same class. Right now I'm in Math 120 with Freddie Schneller, I hope I said his name right, but math has always been a very difficult subject for me. The concepts and the rules, a lot of times I can't either remember them or they don't make sense to me, and I've always did my absolute hardest to not have to do my math, and skating by was always something I was fine with. And then when I came to MCC, I wanted to get my GPA up so I can have more options to me when it comes to financial stability for school and for my daughter, to where I had to take a math, and I was able to do Math 120, and I went to a website and I found Freddie, and he has actually been one of the best math teachers hands down that I've ever had. He's funny, he's helpful, he actually allowed his students to get extra credit by going to these workshops for the Connect for Success. And so the very first one I went to, I absolutely loved it because Lizette had so much life and so much energy and so much knowledge, to where when I started to applying the tips into my life, it really helped me to where I understand the concepts of my math homework, and I feel confident that I actually know them, to where I can kind of say that I'm wanting to become a mathy. And so it has been one of the class that I'm working the hardest at, and finally actually seeing most of the results from Connect for Success. So that is my favorite and least class altogether. When it comes to actually choosing my career, I honestly don't know where it rooted from. Both my mother and father were educators, and they did it for years. And I taught 1 year as a teacher and don't know how they did it, but I like the fact that they were always there for me and my brothers. They would come to sporting events or any kind of events that we had, and I really liked that. And I'm actually a single mother, and my daughter's 5, and she starts school next year, and that was one reason I kind of wanted to work in the education system, because I'd have the same same time frame as her. You know, she would be in school, I'd be in school. She would have a holiday, I'd have a holiday. And my daughter is one of the most important things in my life, and she's the one who's driving me to become a better person. And without her, I honestly don't know where I'd be. And same with my parents, because they've helped me out so much and they've always supported me throughout my life. So I guess the root of where I decided to go into psychology was my parents, because they worked in the education system. And I saw how many lives they touched, and that was just something I wanted to do. But I also wanted to be there for my daughter and watch her grow up as much as I possibly can. And so that's what kind of led me to school psychology, to help children and also be with mine as much as I could.